Welcome to the 10-Minute Treasurer. My name's Jeff Pospisil, and in this video, I want to show you how to sign up with TechSoup where you can get cheap software. So TechSoup, they are a ministry where people must donate to them, or maybe it's businesses donate to them, so that way nonprofits could receive discounted software, and I think also hardware as well. So they can also get computer hardware as well as software. And the reason I want to do this is because for a long time I've been advocating that churches use QuickBooks. And QuickBooks by itself is kind of spendy, but if you go through TechSoup, it is very affordable, and I think it's a great tool then to use for a church to keep track of your books. So I'm going to start at the very beginning and walk through the whole steps from buying QuickBooks all the way to setting it up and then using QuickBooks as part of your ministry. So I hope this is helpful, and let's get to it. All right, so here we are at our web page, and what I'm going to give you the link, but if you don't find the link, or you can just Google it, type in TechSoup, and TechSoup, it'll be probably the first one there, and you can go ahead and click on it. And here's their website, TechSoup.org is the place to go. And I'm going to scroll down and then show you all the different offerings they have. So Microsoft, Adobe, those are two that I've acquired from them in the past. And they also have Zoom, and they have Intuit. Intuit is QuickBooks. So if we go down on QuickBooks, we can see the different offerings they have here. The one I normally recommend is this one, this QuickBooks Online Plus. That one will do pretty much everything you need it to do. It gives you 5 users. You can pretty much do anything you want to do. I think payroll is extra when you add it on, but I'm not totally for sure. I'll find out as I go along in this series. But $75. They do have some other offerings. They have some boxes. So if you want to buy the desktop version, that's also fairly reasonably priced as well. They have a bigger, more advanced version, which probably comes with payroll. I'll have to double check. And because we're not to the buying part yet. So if you go to Intuit and QuickBooks, let me just show you the price difference. So here it shows pricing. And you can see QuickBooks Plus, Online Plus, which is the one that we were looking at. It's $42.50. The discount, I think they give you a 3-month discount, $42.50 per month, QuickBooks Online Plus. So, I mean, even if it stayed at that amount, it would cost you, what is that, $500? Over $500. Well, that $85 ends up meaning that it's over $1,000. So that's pretty spendy. Even the simple start plan, that $15 per month is going to cost you more than $75 for the year. So that's why TechSoup is doing such a great service for the nonprofit community. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close that and go back to our TechSoup, and I'm going to click Join. So here is the actual sign up. So I'm going to put in my name and my last name, and I used to have one with the Dakotas UMC, but I no longer work there. So I'm going to pick a new community nickname. So this is your username. And hopefully, if it's not taken, J Pospisil, that looks like a fairly unique one. And then my email address, I'm just going to use my Gmail address. And then I need to enter in a password. And I need to confirm that password as well. All right. And then there's those newsletter things, and I don't need newsletters. I appreciate them, but I don't appreciate the newsletters necessarily. I'm not a robot. Click continue, and it appears that I used one of those symbols. So I think I used that number sign. So I'm going to drop that number sign from my password, and let's try it again. Somebody else used J Pospisil, and it might have even been me in the past. So shoot, I'm going to add a number there. I'm not a robot, and now they're going to make me retype in my password without the number sign. And let's hope for the best here. And it's spinning. It didn't kick it out automatically. It says it sent an email off to my email address, my Gmail one. I'm going to go ahead and write down my username that I entered in, that jpospisil34, as well as my password, which was ... Just kidding. Anyway, but I did write it down because I am doing this in real time. So I'm going to go to my Gmail. And here it says, welcome to TechSoup, blah, blah, blah. You will get a email that says to confirm your email address. So it says, there it is, action needed, confirm your email address. And right here, there's a link to click. And that'll bring me right back to TechSoup. And now it entered me as a user, but now we need to enter in our church, or in my case, the nonprofit. So let's see. There's an option to say you are a nonprofit 501c3 status, but most of you will choose this third one, which is a religious organization, which is what I'm going to do as well. Religious organization, church, synagogue, mosque, etc. So let's go ahead and click that. And now they're going to say, hey, did you get a 501c3 letter of determination? That is, I actually do have a letter. So this is what I am going to do. But if you click that other one, you can see they give you some advice. They say you can go ahead and check. I'm going to go ahead and click that and go there. It says find your national parent organization. So if you find your parent organization, and it gives you some instructions here on how to search the website for the IRS, their charity website. And it is fairly detailed instructions. Anyway, I'll just click that, and you can see what it looks like. And here's where you would go then to search for your parent organization. So if you're ELCA, to look up whatever the head of the administration for the ELCA. I also want to show you this one. This is group ruling. I did a video on this. This one will help any church that's the United Methodist Church get their group ruling letter, which also would verify your 501c3 status. So you could use that and then choose that top button instead if you go ahead and use that. Or, by the way, there's also this phone number here. So you may call the IRS and have them verify your 501c3 status. So churches are automatically a 501c3, and I wonder if that is the route to go rather than filing for a letter to go ahead and go through that. And that might be important. So keep that in mind. And if anybody goes through that, please let me know. So I did scan a copy of my 501c3 letter, and this is on the IRS website, so I'm not too concerned about you seeing information that you're not supposed to see. So this is my letter, and I'm just going to go ahead and type in the EIN. It's right up there in the upper right, so it's 87 dash, and then so on. So again, if you do go ahead and call that number and get verified with the IRS, share that with me. Let me know how it went, and I'd love to hear back and be able to share that with others that are going through something similar. But I went through the hard thing about actually filing for a 501c3 status, so I'm going to use that here because I don't want to waste it. So I entered that in. Then they ask for your legal name, So you should be probably set up with your state Secretary of State. And I am, so I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to Google Upper Midwest GMC, or Upper Midwest, and go ahead and search. And if I scroll down far enough, here it is, Upper Midwest Global Methodist Church. I'm actually just going to copy this because I don't want to type it into TechSoup and get it wrong. So let's go ahead and so sometimes you do need to look at the Secretary of State. You might have it set up incorrectly with the IRS. Secretary of State is the place to go for what your legal name is. So I'm going to go ahead and make up a budget. Actually, this is pretty close to our budget, so I'm not making it up. 15,000. Our website. We do have a website. Not every church will have a website, but this is where ours is. And I'm going to go ahead and copy that because I think our organization email is info@uppermidwestgmc.org. And I might be wrong there, but I don't think I am. So I copied and pasted the website there and in the website part, but I'm going to change this to info@uppermidwestgmc.org. And I do want to Google that. Oh, they're going to make me type it out. Shoot. I was hoping that it would copy it, but they don't want to allow that. They want you to type it out twice. I always wonder why they do that. I suppose they don't want incorrect email addresses. So I'm going to go ahead and Google it. And it doesn't come up. I know it's a fairly new website. Maybe we haven't been pushing that email address out much. So I'm really not seeing anything for there, but I think I'm right that it's info@uppermidwestgmc. So for your church, what is your church email address where people would email the church and expect some kind of an answer on what service times are or something like that? Phone number, all address, that's all fine. We're a very slim organization, kind of. The finance part is at least run out of my basement. And then what are we? What is my role? I'm actually an organizer for the Upper Midwest GMC, so I'm just going to put myself down as a board member. I think that's close enough. And then this will be similar for our churches as well as any other religious organization. Is what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and scroll down to religious activities. And then here you would want to use that church or synagogue one. Depend if you are a church or synagogue. Church is what I'm aiming for, but I'm going to use this association or convention of churches. That's because we're a regional denominational headquarters. And I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. And then it's going to ask me to review the information. And this all looks correct. So I'm going to go ahead and click to add this organization. And after it spins for a little bit, I think they shoot me another email. All right, thank you. They have sent another email to my Gmail. And scrolling on down, there's a continue button, and I'm just going to click it. I think that's just going to bring us back to the main page. All right, yep, that's back to the main page, except for I am logged in as my new user account. So, but let's go over to email and double check that. So going back to Gmail, they have sent me another, you see the brand new TechSoup email, and it says your organization has been added. And you can read through this. I'm probably not going to read through it, but the important part is, at least for me, is this your qualification status. They will verify that you are a legitimate nonprofit. There's also a code here, by the way, which is helpful too if you're a large organization and you have maybe multiple users set up. But let's go ahead and double check our status. I'm going to click on that. And here it loaded, and here it shows that our qualification is pending. So up until I'm approved, or the Upper Midwest GMC is approved, we cannot get reduced software. So yeah, that's a big thing that we'll be waiting on. So I'm going to be monitoring that, and the next video will be posted once I have been approved. Brings us to the end, and hopefully this doesn't take too long. So I did that on December 22nd. And my hope is that hopefully we are approved in a week or maybe 2 weeks, and then we can go about buying reduced software. And so that'll be the next video. As soon as I'm approved, we'll go ahead and show how we buy the software. So that should be pretty quick, pretty easy. But hopefully this is a benefit to you and your church. And until next time, God bless.